Highguard has added the 5v5. Is the game fixed? Is it better for casual players? I've played it and I have thoughts. The game launched as this confusing, high-stakes, tactical 3v3 shooter that scared players away. This new mode is essentially an emergency pivot to make the game feel more like the arcade hero shooter people thought they were getting from the trailer. It's an attempt to fix the marketing mistake after the fact. This whole time players begged for a 5v5 mode. The dev team added it as a so-called experimental mode a few days after the launch. Their internal stats showed that at least half the players were consistently selecting the 5v5 mode. 2 days into the experiment, the mode became a permanent addition to the game. Listening to player feedback is important, of course, but I'm still conflicted on the mode itself. Feels like they took 2 steps forward, 1 step back. It's definitely progress, but it's not without flaws. As a filthy casual in solo queue, it helps being only 20% of the team rather than 33%. The mode often feels less intense and less sweaty. Most competitive players stick to the 3v3 mode instead. This nearly eliminates stomps because one sweaty player cannot carry in 5v5 like they can in 3v3. The math doesn't work out. However, while it's a relief to not be the reason your team loses, it's frustrating to realize you aren't the reason they win either. If the other 4 members of your team are struggling, your effort becomes a drop in the ocean. Total blowouts are much more rare in this mode, which makes the rounds last even longer. By the halfway mark, the fatigue already begins to set in, and the fun does not survive the full length of the round. Whenever your team is losing slowly, bit by bit, it's frustrating. It's taking the worst aspects of both worlds. It sucks, but it sucks for a long time. There were exciting tug-of-war matches where I had no idea who would win in the end. But when it's clear that your team is slowly, yet consistently losing, you just start wishing the round was over. And that feeling may come in the middle of the round, with over 16 minutes to spare. It poisons the fun. As a game, Highguard was clearly designed for 6 players, and it's most evident during the raid stage. While it might be nice running around the expansive map as a larger team, the bases themselves were not designed to accommodate this many people at a time. It's way too cramped. Any sense of strategy is thrown out the window, replaced by a thoughtless meat grinder. I also want to mention something else, even if it's not directly the developer's fault. With a dwindling player count, I've been playing more and more against skilled fans who stuck around and have learned the meta. Even as the game becomes more accessible on paper, the community itself gets harder to survive in. The developers can't change the game fast enough to catch up with the rising skill floor. My verdict is that the game is fixed for those who want chaotic, mindless fun, but it came at the cost of the game's original vision. The new 5v5 mode is a band-aid, not a solution. It's a survival tactic by Wildlight Entertainment, one that dilutes the original raid shooter identity. The 5v5 mode saves casual players from getting stomped, but it cannot save them from getting bored. So, what's next? There's a big episode 2 update coming for Highguard, and I might take a look at that. Despite my issues with the new mode, the developers have shown that they are listening to the community. They don't have much time to turn this around before the player trust erodes completely. They are pointed in the right direction. Let's just see if they can make it all the way there.